Hi there, it's Paulie here. Unicorn juice, beautiful. So, yeah, look, I kickstarted a board game, and it finally arrived. Hell, I think I kickstarted this thing like years ago, but it's a riot. It's an absolute riot. I'm very glad to have it because it is the board game of Wolfenstein. And I loved that computer game. If you remember the computer game, kind of a precursor to Doom, but you get to shoot Nazis. I'm just going to say that again because it feels so good. You get to shoot Nazis. Let's say it a third time. You get to shoot Nazis. Anyway, so this is a kind of shooty bang bang board game, and it's a good one. It's a really good one. So it's real value for money. It's going to keep me busy for a while, and I'll show you why. But rules-wise, pretty simple rules. There's a cornucopia of fun in the box. So there are plastic miniatures that come with this. There are board components for making a board that you'll fight on in the base where the Nazis are, trying to bring back Hitler and conquer the world. And you are all playing operatives that are busted in here to kill Nazis and kill Hitler. Yay, Hitler! Kill Hitler. So it is a kind of it's a simple yet nuanced system. So pretty simple to comprehend. Rules. What else we got? This runs on D12s. It gives you a bunch of D12s. I think D12s need a ton more love. So you get a bunch of those. There are some special symbols on the D12s. Now, those symbols include, there's basically a heart, there's a little shield, and probably about one of the faces has a reload symbol, an ammo symbol. So you also get cards. So the cards, a couple of different sorts. So there are cards for different kinds of enemies that you can encounter, which have all of their stats and everything on them. Good ready reference there. We also have equipment, tons of equipment cards that you can find. Guns and bombs and knives and these sorts of things. Weapons, equipment, enemies. There's also a deck of little tiny eeny weeny cards, a different shape. And these are treasures and things that you can get. Some of them are equipment that you can equip yourself with, and some of them are things that you find as you explore the ruins. You find chests and secret caches and all this sort of stuff. So yeah, again, a considerable number of these. But the real gem of this thing is, oh my god, the miniatures. So it comes with an incredible suite of miniatures. Excuse me, I'll fold this up. The cards will slide everywhere. Right, this thing is full of miniatures, and now it's actually neater than many of these games. Some of these games have like tons and tons and tons and tons of different types of corridor and room and so on, and they're all color coded, and you'll go through scenarios, and then you've got like 200 bloody bits of cardboard you're going through. I've got to find a yellow room with a kind of pool in the middle of it. No, yes, wrong shape pool. It takes you ages. These guys have just got rooms of set shapes. They say it doesn't matter what the color is. It's just the fact that you've got big room, small room, and corridor. You just build this with whatever you want. So what you get is some sheets. These are just some of the counters of things. You have to assemble a little turn counter there. Reference cards for the characters, so everyone's got one of those in front of them, and these are rooms. So they're pretty easy to do. But oh my god, we have miniatures. Right. Sorry about that, I had to struggle. Okay. The bulk of this box is full of a sub box, and within that box there is another box. No, within that box sprues. So you're going to have to assemble a ton of models for this. So there's heroes, and there are bases, and then there are just so many sprues of monsters and creatures. So the monsters and creatures in this include, there are drones, many different sorts of robot drones, which can fly around and kill you. There are Soldaten, which is the the main soldier. Used to love those in the game. You shoot them, my Leben, and down they go. There are Space Marines. There are officers. There is Hitler. There are Mecha Marines, and there is Mecha Hitler, and mad scientists and all this sort of stuff. Now, how this works: when it is your turn, each individual, you might be running more than one character per player. Is the first thing. So you're not just running one character, you're probably running a few. So when it is the turn of the heroes to go, you kind of take turns moving your heroes. You've got some set movement, and you can fire and move and fire, partly move, fire, etc. But what you're doing is, when you fire, you actually have a character which has some set characteristics. Your accuracy gives you a number of those D12 that you roll to hit with. The weapons will sometimes give you some extra dice to roll. When you roll and you're trying to hit, the hearts will just do a point of damage to a character. The shields will do a point of damage, but the target's armor counts against it. There are way more of those than the hearts. So you wear something's armor down, it absorbs those damage points. So if it's got 5 armor and you've got to do 5 hits, it'll just lower the armor down. There are also reload images on some of the dice, and that means at the end of that turn you have to reload. Now what you can do is you can push your turn. If you want, you may fire more than once in a turn, and if you have to reload a weapon, normally you have to stay there for a turn and reload. However, you can push and you can fire when you reload. However, if you push, on the next turn, your movement is halved and you don't get to fire. So you can choose to basically go goony goohoo, but do it carefully, because if it's in a place and a time where things are going to come swarming at you, you're screwed, unless you've got working properly as a team and covering each other. So it's quite a good team cooperation game. Individuals can storm forward and then other groups can leap forward, and you can actually get multiple actions in where they're needed, knowing that your teammates can come in and cover you on the next turn. Great, love it. Now, part of the fun in this is because you are exploring a sinister Nazi base, so there are guards and patrols and all this kind of thing, but they don't know you're there until you make noise. You make noise by doing something incredibly stupid, like firing off a gun. If you fire a gun in a room, it makes noise in that room, and wherever bullets strike, so if you fire at someone and hit them, you can fire through doors and these sorts of things into other rooms and corridors. There's noise in that area too, because these guys tend to scream and so on when you shoot them. You do have some weapons that you can equip yourself that give you the option of a silent kill. If you come up behind someone who has not heard you and is facing in a different direction, you can stab him in the neck with a knife and these sorts of things, and it's a silent kill. There are also some silenced weapons which allow you to do a silenced kill. However, if noise is made, Nazis in adjoining areas come to investigate the noise, and if they get line of sight on you, they will attack you. Now they're firing weapons, that's making noise, that will attract more Nazis to where they are, who will, they'll hear your noise and okay, they'll help them. The only things that don't home in on noise like that are the officers. They move only line of sight, or if they get kind of reports from people. So they're a more intelligent cookie, because what you can do is you can draw Nazis into areas. So you can do something like open a couple of doors, chuck a grenade, it'll go boom. Nazis will flood to that room, clearing corridors. So you can go down them without being in line of sight and get to new areas. So there's some quite cute little tactics that you can do with this to draw these guys off while you explore. some of these things have special abilities and so on. Mecha Hitler has some really annoying ones. I am der Führer, and etc. Now, there's some nice little kind of events as you play. You pull out these event cards and so on. You find events and whatever. And some of them are interesting little dilemmas. So it's like you'll pull out things. You'll find some prisoners. Okay, well, they, please let us go. They're using us for evil experiments. Well, if you let them go, Nazis will realize they're gone, and this will trigger spawning of more Nazis because now they know someone's in the base, and they'll flood more troops in to look for you. So you could just leave them there. However, these guys do know where some equipment is. So if you let them go, then you can get some equipment out of it. However, if you do help them, you get glory. If you don't help them, you get infamy. So you can kind of make these little choices all the way through. There are some things that let you kind of befriend some of the drones, so that a couple of the drones follow you around and help you and all this sort of stuff. But I really like these little choices that you get all through the thing constantly. Do you help these people? Which will cause you more trouble, but it's the right thing to do. So it's got a little bit more than your usual shooty-up game. And that ability to use the noise to kind of decoy Nazis, as well as the noise can cause you trouble, and the silent kills and so on, being used as part, so it's got a tactical level that I don't see in other beady up board games, which is why I think it's a really good game. Good rules, clear rules, boards are nice, and as I said, easy to assemble. What's going to take you time is gluing all those miniatures together. You see, I haven't touched them. There are counters you can use, and I haven't got around to building those miniatures yet. That's a project. There's a. However, at the end of it, you will have a giant plastic model of a Mecha Hitler. Adolf Hitler in a mecha suit with a pair of Gatling guns is a miniature everyone should probably have in their collection. So, look, was this a good buy? Hell yeah, this is a good buy. Has this been fun to play? Hell yeah, this has been fun to play. It does have like a cool little tactical level that I think puts it over and above most of these things. Plus, you... Every time a Nazi dies, someone around the table is always, mein Leben, mein Leben, Gott in Himmel, these Englanders fight like devils. There is a comedy level, and in this day and age, what could be more fun? Look, this was a really good buy. Thoroughly recommend it. You can find it through a lot of the big outlets. Hey, Christmas is kind of coming. Kind of. You might lay some hints. Hey, you know what? You know what I really think? You know what I really think I should be spending my time on? Yeah, blowing up Mecha Hitler. Someone get that for you for Christmas. Anyway, if you've enjoyed the reviews, by all means, like, subscribe. Please find me on Patreon. I will keep going with the reviews and so on. Keep on gaming. I'll see you around the gaming table. Look after yourself, everybody, and keep the dice rolling. Cheers.